One of the most powerful and often used tools in the marketplace is scarcity. This includes threats of scarcity, threat of loss, threat of missing out, threat of not being able to partake in an offer because you've run out of time, or they've run out of supply. Order now while supplies last. Here's the trick. The reason that each of these 6 weapons of influence are effective at all is because marketers know, negotiators know, that the default position for most people is a space we talk about as being indifferent. You're not willing to say yes, you're not willing to say no, you just sort of hang out in the middle. What marketers know is that people will not say yes or no to the best offer that comes along. And think about it. How often do you do that? How often does somebody say, hey, I have the most amazing thing that I've ever built? And you say, you know what? That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'm going to buy it. How many times have you ever done that in life? Well, the reality is, most of us don't. It requires the use of a weapon of influence to move us out of indifference and move us into a space where we comply. And if we're not careful, if we're not aware that these weapons are being used against us, we'll comply automatically and not have any idea why we said yes or no, and in most cases, why we said yes. So scarcity is one that is constantly, always, and ever present around us, begging for us to comply. So for example, in the mail just the other day, I got this offer for a Visa Black Card. On the back it says, by limited invitation. The weapon that they're invoking, of course, is the weapon of scarcity. They're telling me that they've only invited a very special elite few people to apply for their offer called the Visa Black Card. Some of you may actually hold the American Express Black Card, and you know darn well that very few people are actually in possession of that Black Card. And they're actually proud to say that it's actually made of stainless steel. And I know that one of them is made of carbon fiber. Who cares what they're made of? But the point is, they care what they're made of because most people will see that card and respect it because it's scarce. And things that are scarce are automatically assumed to be worth more than things that are plentiful. So when a new piece of electronics comes out, and I'm not saying you care that much about electronics, but when a new camera, when the first VCR came out, you remember VCRs, right? When the first CD player, when the first iPad came out, or the first tablet in this case, the prices are sky high. They could be thousands of dollars, and in a year later, when everyone has them, they could be worth $50. But there's a reality. When things are scarce, we perceive that they're worth more. When we're on holiday and the salesperson at the tourist trap says, hey, guess what? This is a hand-etched piece of jewelry, and it's the last one that I have, and it's only $500. I know, I've actually watched people move and buy it because they believe that that's the last one. And as soon as they leave, I see the salesperson walk out with the other one, put it up on the shelf, and tell the next person it's the only one. We're here in the Diamond District in downtown Los Angeles to demonstrate another aspect of scarcity. We're very often told that diamonds as a commodity are very scarce. But are you aware that most diamonds in the world are actually stashed away in a vault to keep the quantity of diamonds worldwide scarce? Well, let me ask you this. When in the history of the world have you ever heard of a diamond shortage? I didn't think so. Now, in some cases, that scarcity may in fact be real. So, for example, let's take a nice Louis Vuitton handbag. Not everyone can afford them. So it's not that the bags themselves are scarce. The scarcity is in the number of people who can actually afford to own one. On average, what, a Louis Vuitton can cost anywhere from $1,700 to $5,000 just for the handbag? And the luggage, oh my goodness, just goes off the charts. So being aware that scarcity is a very powerful tool. I just got an email, for example, regarding a training program offering me to come in, join in. It's a program I've already taken. And now they have a part 2 of this program, and they pop up and they say, hey, last reminder, program is tomorrow. Well, guess what? That's invoking a scarcity of time, hoping that I'm going to move. Quickly, that is. So scarcity is a very powerful tool, and it's one that you can actually put to your advantage as well. If you walk into a car dealership and they're trying to sell you on a car and they haven't given you the right deal, what do you say? You know what? I have someplace to be in a half an hour. I gotta go, or either you make this deal or I gotta go. Every single weapon of influence, once you understand how it works, you get to use it to your advantage too. Most importantly, whether or not you use it, it's also crucially important that you understand that they're constantly being used on you. So your ability to deflect them, stay conscious in them, and not immediately, emotionally, intellectually, physically respond to them the way they want you to, will give you a powerful advantage inside your negotiation. So keep scarcity in mind the next time this letter drops through the mail, the next time you get a rushed email, the next time they say, order now while supplies last. You'll know what they're doing, and you'll know exactly what to do.